Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Mary Whitaker and I'm here with my sister Rebecca Mize, and we are going to show you how to set up an account with Study.church, which is the online platform that will help you dig deeper in study. I know my sister Ruth has been doing presentations that you can access on YouTube, but this Study.church is a great resource where you're going to see in just a moment how using this platform will help you study, know which passages to go to, what to look for, etc. And I just highly recommend logging in and setting up an account. It's a self-paced study that you'll be able to learn how to use, and we're going to show you in this video and just demo how to log into it and what is there and how to navigate through it. So my sister, we're going to show you her account so that, and she hasn't set up an account yet because I want to walk through that process. We're going to show that because as the moderator, I can see more things, and I want you to be able to see what you're able to see on your end. So Rebecca, if you can go ahead and share your screen, she's going to go to her email account and show you, because when you set up, all you have to do is ask me and I will send you this link to your email account, and you just click on
link to Study.church subject.
Yes, and then you're just literally going to click on this. Now, of course, this screen won't follow her to the next phase.
Yeah, so I'm going to click on it.
She's clicking on it, but she's going to stop sharing, and then she's going to start sharing again, and you'll see the screen that this goes to in just a moment. Okay, so she's just going to bear with us as she walks through. She's going to type in her first and last name, because it's pretty simple. It's a free account. Like, I'm paying on my end for what I have, but everyone else who logs in is going to get a free account. And so when you go in, make sure that you know what you want your username to be, whatever you choose, and then looks like she has to type in her email as well. And then it'll ask for a password, which of course I will not know the answer to that, so you'll have to keep your password. You can always use their password that they generate. I never do that, but it will ask you to confirm your password. So it's super simple. I mean, if you're used to setting up passwords and accounts, this is pretty easy. And then you hit register, and then it'll take you to the next screen. All right, perfect. So you're going to see this screen that says End Times, because that's the name of the study. That's what I've called it. I haven't chosen like a title like Revelation, etc. You already saw in the first study that we're going into different books besides just Revelation. So I'm just calling the topic End Times. And Rebecca, if you can just scroll down.
Can you see this End Times page that they took me to?
Yes, I can. I can see it. So if you can just scroll down it. So upcoming to-dos, you will not have, I will not be putting anything there because this is self-paced. That would be if you're doing a study where you have actually assignments and due dates. So I'm not going to be putting anything there, at least not for now, because this is self-paced. So you're going to see a list right over here of all these different studies, and it says End Times chronology, resources, the seals, recording links. It's welcome. Honestly, I can't, well, the way I've set this up, I cannot control how the way in which they appear, because it's just actually the one I've done most recently shows at the bottom, and I have not been able to find a way to fix that. So you might want to go to the welcome first. So, and you'll see members down here. These are people who are already the members, but click on the welcome and it'll take you, I'm actually just retaking that. Like this first area is just a place to chat, but the welcome, hopefully it'll go. Is it showing up on your screen, Rebecca?
Not yet.
Scroll all the way to the top.
Oh, okay. Never mind, it did.
Okay, I actually need to, looks like I have to add some stuff. I thought I did, but maybe this is not set up right. So you'll see something there in the welcome screen, and when you do the welcome. Another way, if you look at the top, you see that area that says discussion. Rebecca, if you can click on discussion, it'll take you back to that original page. That you can always post a message to the group, but just like in a blog, it's going to scroll down and we won't see it if you keep scrolling down. It tells every time somebody joins, etc. So it's not even like logistically wise a great place to put things, because things eventually you won't see them anymore because they scroll down.
This is your welcome part that you need to put on the welcome screen instead.
Yes. So I was putting it there because I realized people aren't going to see that anymore because it's scrolling down. So if you go up to the top again,
and you can post your thing here.
Right. You'll notice that I won't put any to-dos there. We're skipping that one. Go next to the one that says studies. Now you're going to see the different studies. So if you scroll down, we already went to the welcome. I want to show you 2 resources that we have that really are not part of the ongoing study that we're doing. They're just kind of things that you would put in an appendix. So first of all, the resources, click on the word resources, Rebecca, if you could, and I will show you the different resources that we have. This just like what it says, it's going to share different online resources on that page. Right now it is showing you the pre-wrath Facebook page created by James Kime, Ruth's husband. And this actually is just to the page itself. So he constantly adds new things to that. If you go over to, Rebecca, if you can see where the drop down is, where it says online resources at the top there, see the drop down? Yes. And then click on that, and then click on overview. Just is going to tell you in general what this is, but I don't know why it's saying that, because that just means it's probably blank in the overview. But click on it again and go to books and audio. Okay, so this is like a lot of different books that I'm using and Ruth is using to study. I'm just putting them here in case you want to order them, or as we start to talk about things further, you might want to look at those. I'm just letting you know our sources. And those are some audio sources at the bottom as well. This would just be like CDs and audios that you can listen to about particular parts of the Bible. So if we go back up, we're going to, so that's under resources. Things could be added as we go further along. Go to the drop down again. Go to studies, the very top. And then go to recording links. Perfect. So I have a Facebook page now. I should put that at the top, but I mean, not Facebook page, a YouTube link where all of these videos are being stored. But these are all in order so that you can see the order in which they're being done. So part 1, part 2, and part 3 of End Times Chronology and the Seals of Revelation are the 4 segments that have been done so far. So you can always come here to find the direct Facebook link because we've been sending them out in emails and sending them out on Messenger, but this is just a place you can always know if you don't know where to go for that. They're here. So go back to studies. And then I'll show you, if you click on End Times Chronology, that was the first study that we did. And so I want to walk people through what you're going to see in this online resource. Now go over to the drop down where it says Matthew 24. Click on the overview. Hopefully I have something there for that. Okay. I'll double check to see when I do this again if I've got anything under that. So if there's nothing under overview, just go to the different chapters. I have not set these up by days because, you know, you can pick up and do this any time that you want. So it's not going to say day 1, day 2, etc. You can just click on the topic. So you're going to see Matthew 24. It has a link lower here to the Facebook page that kind of pertains to it. But what I do is I describe where you should read in the Bible, and I'm giving you some specific things that honestly I'm, you know, utilizing from inductive Bible study that Kay Arthur does on different things to highlight, words to look for, to kind of guide you as you read. So Ruthie, of course, covered Matthew 24 in her, the first 3 parts of the End Time Chronology. This is for you to take the time, ask the Holy Spirit to guide you and study it yourself on your own and do these things that I'm asking you. So go next to the drop down, Matthew 24, and you can go to Mark 13 and we'll see what's there. This once again tells you a Bible reading. I also have, if you're interested in memorizing scriptures related to this, I have some suggestions. Obviously you can do whatever you'd like with that, but I'm just giving you ideas. Mark 13, for example, I have you do some different things. So it's very brief and short, and you're only reading this one chapter. So it's probably something you could do, choose to do one of these a day. Also see, if you can see, there's a space that says enter your answer. This is for comments, questions, anything that you want to share with the group. I would love to get it started for us to talk and discuss. This is if you just need to know further about it or you're confused, just put stuff here. And then go to Mark. The next one is Luke 21. And you will see I ask you to do some other things for Luke 21. All three of those two things, Mark 13 and Luke 21, are parallel passages to the Matthew 24 passage. So you're seeing, sometimes it is like Luke, for example, fills in things that it doesn't say in the other two. So it's helpful to read all three. And if you scroll back up, just to show you, I'm just walking you more so specifically through this first one to kind of give you an idea of what's here in Study Church. Can you scroll up, Rebecca? Okay, go to the drop down, and then you're going to choose this next thing that says context, disciples' original questions. So Ruthie and I kind of went back and forth when we were first discussing this, because it's very important for me to understand the context. And the disciples ask a question, a very specific question about the temple. And so I had a lot of questions about, was Jesus just addressing the end times? Was he talking about the temple that was destroyed in AD 70, etc.? Like, you're going to have those questions if you start really reading the scripture, you should have those kind of questions. So this actually, I read a book called Understanding Biblical Prophecy, and they gave me 3 different views here that I cover: the preterist, the futurist, and the already not yet. And then if you keep scrolling down, Rebecca, you're going to see some pictures just because I'm trying to break up. There's a lot, like when you do this one, you're going to want to have, your mind's going to want to be fresh because it's difficult. And I've tried to make it as simple as possible, taking what they said in the book and making it clear. But it's still going to be some deep reading. And so if you keep going, it tells the strengths and the weaknesses of each of these views, because I want you to be informed. And you need to make your own decision about what you believe. And I do share with you what mine is. But as you can see, like under already not yet, you're going to see 4 different views under that. See where it says all those different parts of Matthew? That's where they break that up. And I will tell you clearly what I think, but I would love in the comments at the bottom for you to share, whether you agree or disagree. And this is the place to kind of ask questions and just give us your thoughts. So if you scroll back up to the very top. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, and then do the Christian response. Ruthie talked about this in her presentation. Some of the earlier presentations, she wasn't getting into this as much because it's kind of evolved. So I'm kind of bringing people back through this because this is the most important for us as Christians to know. How are we supposed to be reacting during this if we end up seeing any of this occurring in our lifetime? So I go back over and review it and have you read different passages and go deeper. So Ruthie talks about some of these, but this is always me having you go in yourself and examining what the passage says for yourself. If you keep scrolling, you'll see 3 different passages because she has 3 different parts 1, 2, and 3, and there's different responses under each. All right, so if you can go back up, and you can always, as you see over here, you can access the studies over here or at the top where Rebecca's, where it says studies. So there's two different places, same thing. So if you go to the seals, you're going to see once again, and she doesn't have to scroll all the way down, but just go to the drop down. If you've already participated in the seals, you know that it covers quite a few chapters. So you have chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8, and different things with each one. Sometimes I go into the symbols that they're doing. 7, I think I go deeply into the symbols. With 8, I might do cross references, I think. And then I'll still link you to some things on James's page. But there's just extra things that you're not going to see in the presentations. So don't feel like it's just a repeat. But honestly, I think after the presentations, we all really need to study it for ourselves. But this does let you go in deeper on your own. And I kind of walk you through some basic Bible study practices, whether it's highlighting words, looking for keywords, learning how to do cross-referencing and that kind of thing. And so that'll just continue to happen. So you're going to see studies as we go along, like the trumpets will come probably this week or early next week. You'll see one on the trumpets appear. So it's just going to happen, you know, as we roll these out, you'll see more and more coming along. So you can always, you know, message me privately if you have any questions about getting in or still having trouble logging in. But that's the end of what Study Church involves. It's pretty simple. And I hope you can really dig in and study on your own. Thank you for sharing the screen, Rebecca. That wraps this up. Thanks.
Welcome.